Hey, I think we're live now. Yay! Hopefully this works. Yeah. Let's see people sign on. La, 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 la. Oh, okay, that was loud. life is hard. The 3 viewers. Yay! Hey guys. Giving everybody a chance to come on here before we. Yay, 17. That's a lot. 20 now. Yay. Hi, everybody. What is this doing? My goodness. Okay. Uh-huh. Hi. 25. Yay. Da, 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 da. Okay, cool. Guys, almost ready to start, everybody. What does this group chat thing do? I can chat into this thing? I don't know how to see comments. Is there a way to see comments? I know you guys are probably commenting me, and I can't seem to actually see them with anything. So I'm just going to be myself, I guess. Test. Group chat. I don't know what this does. Oh well. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Let's get going here. 27 viewers. Actually, I don't know how many would be signing on. 28, whatever. We'll go with this. And you can always come and check it out later. This will be posted on this link forever and stuff. Yay. So, hi, everybody. Yeah, I guess there's a chat bar on the right, but I can't see anything you guys type. So, type amongst yourselves. My lovely assistant, Allison, is there. So, if something does happen that I need to see, she will tell me. Otherwise, let's do the questions that you guys posted on Patreon, because I like how that works. And we'll jump in. So I've had a very, very, very busy few days. Secret Project is coming along tremendously. I can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be soon. I hope to have Secret Project no longer secret by middle of next week. So yeah. Yay! Can't wait to show you this. But also with my stuff, still doing what I'm doing. Solo songs are coming out. The next one off of Shine will be Drinking With Me. That video will be coming out. So that one's really fun too. Like all of my videos are, right? Come on. And what's up after that? Then working on the Christmas EP in July. Gonna do, I think, 6 tracks. One of which will be with Home Free. On that album. So I have some Christmas material out. Also, Home Free just released to their Patreon. It's weird to kind of call it theirs instead of ours, but whatever. It's theirs now. Their Patreon, our version of Moving On, which is one of the last videos I did with Home Free. And it was a lovely video. I really liked how that one turned out. It's pretty and stuff. So if you are a patron of Home Free, go check that out. And then still planning to do the acapella hymn CD at the top of the new year to release that, and I'll be doing things off of that the whole time. Yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff coming up, both for myself and Secret Projects. I am currently sitting here at my piano. So this is the new piano. So that's that. I will probably sing you guys a song or something off of the piano today, because I told you guys I would give you a song, but we'll do that at the end. I flew in from LA last night, and I red-eyed it, and I got like an hour of sleep on the plane. I think the flight didn't leave till 12:20 in the morning. I took a few-hour nap when I got home, but I'm fine. I'm just exhausted from the travel and everything. So make no promises on the quality of the track, but I'll give you a song. But why don't we jump into questions and answers? You guys are $10 patrons and above, so you get like specific questions and answers answered by me. Whereas like on the Facebook Live, it's just kind of whatever I see and how much time I give to that. So let's jump over to that right now. I have a list over here. Go back. All right, so there's that, and then scroll down. A little more comments. You guys gave me a lot of questions. There's some cool ones in here. I'll do my best to answer them. All right, and the first one. All right, Heather asks, can we change the shipping address for the GoFundMe stuff? Probably. I don't really know how GoFundMe works very well. That's one of the things to do for myself this weekend is to like close off GoFundMe now and start figuring out how to get the perks and everything out. I don't think all the perks are going to be seen until June, so a couple weeks. And you guys, we got to get like a picture, signed picture heading out. The original song I'll write for everybody, and the personal songs we will get, and blah blah blah. So that will be coming. Then, and so yeah, I mean, I think you can. Can you go into your GoFundMe account? Otherwise, Heather, send me a. I'll make sure to connect with you to get your address changed. Okay. What am I looking forward to most about being home for longer periods of time, Carolyn? I would say being able to like have a life again for a while. I mean, I'm still busy. I don't ever stop. So I'm not going to be touring for a while, but there's still a ton of things that I'll be doing, both travel-wise and here. But I know I'm playing softball this summer, which I haven't been able to do for the last 3 or 4 years, which I used to love. I played several teams every year back in the day, and I haven't really do it for a long time. So that's exciting. I get to go out dancing some more. I get to actually see the people in my life that are here, which I never get to do. So yeah, excited about all that stuff, about being able to be home and actually enjoy my house. I love my house here in St. Paul, and I'm never here. I bought it right before the sing-off, and Home Free hasn't stopped since. So I'm barely ever around. I'm really excited to actually be here this summer. Okay, moving on. Of all your new pieces, what are you most proud of? Can you tell us, this is from Marjorie, what is coming up soon, also where you see yourself down the road in a couple of years? The new pieces, gosh. I'm proud of them all. I love how Moving On has been received. Like, it's been very meaningful for a lot of people. So that's awesome. So I like that. Cronin was really fun, getting to do that piece. Like, I see potential there for future growth with the Acapella Hymn CD. And like, I'm really excited about new project. New project. That's where the new project's gonna be. That's where it's at. So that's what's coming up soon. And down the road, I'm not gonna answer down the road until new project starts happening. Yeah. You guys are gonna like new project. Okay, scroll up. Yvonne asks, rapid fire questions. There's a lot of questions. How many questions are you asking me here? Okay. Time travel forward or backwards? Forward, I want to see what happens in the future. Window or aisle seat? Usually window, so that people don't bother me getting up to go to the bathroom or get in the way of like standing next to me. Stuff is weird. Chocolate or French fries? Chocolate, sweet tooth. Coffee or tea? Neither. I don't really drink coffee or tea. Eggs fried or scrambled? I've been doing scrambled lately. This is a ridiculous amount of questions. Disability, ability to fly? I want to fly. Whiskey or wine? It depends on the mood. Batman or Superman? Batman, because he's realistic. Superman is it's kind of ridiculous because he's unstoppable. Cake or pie? Probably pie. Apple, banana. Jennifer Aniston over Jennifer Lawrence because I grew up with Friends, and so Jennifer Aniston. Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, probably Jimmy Fallon. Just we almost run the show with him. Night owl or early bird. I'm kind of both. I usually only sleep like 5 or 6 hours a night because I'm up and just doing things all the time. So I can get up early and I'm fine. I can stay up late and be productive too. It's all over the place. Sausage or bacon? I don't know. Bacon? I don't know. You guys have weird questions. Evan, what is the best advice you've ever been given? It's not a, all right. You have like 15 questions. It's not a competition to see who can ask the most questions here. All right, but the best advice. One thing that stuck with me, I don't know if it's the best advice, but it stuck with me. Kenny Rogers said to us when we were in the dressing room after the whole Tonight Show debacle, and he said to us for his career, one of the things that he stuck with was you either have to be better than everybody else at whatever you're trying to do, or you have to be different. And he had gone with the more different because he felt when he started there were people better than him. There was Johnny Cash and a lot of the old country folk, Statler Brothers and stuff out there killing it. And so he came into the scene, he tried to just do his own thing, his own style, rather than trying to do what they were doing because he felt that was a better chance of success. And I look at that a little bit as to what I'm doing now. I'm choosing to be different. And that's where I think my success will be. I'm being what I want to be. And I'm not trying to be an incredible pop star or something like that. I can't compete with Michael Bublé or Justin Bieber or Justin Timberlake or something like that. That's not who I am. So what I'm trying to do is do myself, do me in my own unique way. So there's gonna be a lot of different stuff, a lot of different projects, and so I hope people enjoy the Chris Rupp brand, and that's what they like the variety, like everything I want to do and what I offer to people, rather than me being like the #1 singer in the world kind of thing, which would never happen anyway. But I'm not trying to do that. So I mean, it's not a new concept, and I already kind of felt that way. But I liked how Kenny articulated that to us, and it kind of stuck with me a bit. I actually sent him an email about that, saying thanks, and he was very nice. Anyway, and I have always enjoyed music. To answer your last question. All right. Where are we here? Okay. Johanny, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Moves a state of mind. Some piece is guaranteed to out of the dumps piece for you. What song makes me happy? You guys have a lot of questions. Okay. I mean, what song changes my moods all the time? I don't know if there's one that there is no guarantee because I handle music differently than the average person does because this is my career, this is my life. Like when I hear something pretty being played, it's not just pretty background music to me. Like I know exactly what I'm playing. Like this is a 5-chord in first inversion. This is a 4-chord in first inversion. Going to 5 suspended, 5 resolved. Back to the 1 with a 9 on top. So I think of it this way. I hear what I'm playing in those notes. And so when I'm listening to music, I'm hearing that too. I'm always analyzing it. So sometimes it can affect me like that, but not as often. It's not that I don't enjoy it, but I can't step away from it in the same way to have it affect me like that, where I can say, oh, this song will always lift my mood or something. Because I actually get tired of the music faster too. So if it doesn't have an effect on me, it'll only last a time or two listening through it, and then not so much anymore, no matter how much I like the song. Because I'm always on to the next thing. So I don't know if that sort of answers your question. All right, where's this bar here? Okay. Susan asks, I love the way you hum between answering questions and do the Facebook Live videos. Yeah, I don't even realize I do that, but I guess I do, don't I? That's cute. A secret thing Tristan and I are doing, well, wait till next week. Hey! Drink With Me, I answered that's coming out next month. That's the next song from Shine. And Adam Epstein is adorable, just utterly adorable. I love him. And I'm glad you're sticking around. What does it cost to make a video? That's a good question. And that's what I wanted to try to be. I'm upfront, I don't know if upfront is the right word, but really connected with you guys on that sort of information. What does it take to make a video? Because I feel in a way you guys are investing with me with the Patreon, and like almost like your shareholders or something. So you want to see how your money is being invested. You know, you're contributing to what this corporation is, and in return, your return on your investment is all good entertainment. But you want to know how it's going. Not that I'm gonna divulge every single detail of my financial situation, but to give you an idea of how this actually plays out. Like right now, my Patreon is at 3,260 or something like that for the first video. The second video drops to 2,100 or something, $2,000, something like that. So it's about 60% because of people that cap at one pledge, one video. So the second video, they don't get charged for. Which brings me to another thing now. I know Home Free changed up their approach. And I've been interested to see how that plays out. They're cutting down now on the perks you get if you only cap at one video a month. So, you know, if you are a $5 patron and you cap it at one a month, you will see the $1 post for the first video. You get your MP3, you get the karaoke track for the first video. The second video, however, you would only see it released because that's kind of a public to Patreon thing. You wouldn't get the MP3, you don't get the karaoke track. So that if you're only paying for one video, you only get the perks for most of the perks for one video. Some stuff would come out regardless. Like if you're like a 75 patron or something, get a thank you video from me, then you get that throughout the year, no matter if it's one or two. But some things like for myself, signed sheet music, MP3s, behind the scenes, that kind of stuff would only happen if you get both videos. Obviously, you only get one a month, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of, I mean, it does make sense to do it that way. I know Patreon hasn't been set up that way. They kind of promote the whole cap whatever you want and get everything. But it does seem more fair too. So I'm kind of watching what Home Free has done. What's happened is Home Free's top number has dropped, but their second video number has come up. So it's kind of balanced out. So I'm not gonna do it this month, but I might next month change that whole thing to match that. 'Cause it does seem more fair. And then you'd get the perks at the top of the next month rather than right away. If you notice, I haven't really sent out much of the best I can stuff. So I think regardless, that's a good thing because people can just sign up for Patreon at the $15 level, get all the perks they want, and then go back to one or delete it before they get charged the next month. So then they've got everything free. So that does make sense. So I think I might do that at least, and then I'll see about the other thing. But I've gone very off track. So what do videos cost? Well, like on average, oh gosh, it's all over the place. It really is. If I have Landon or 5th Gen shoot the video and edit it, that's between $1,500 and $2,000. And that's with them giving me the friends and family discount. You know, it costs more for Home Free because there's more people involved and it's more of a full level, whereas we cut the corners everywhere we can to make my videos because my budgets just aren't the same. And that's just to shoot and edit the video. If I need a location, I have to rent something there. If I have to buy a new wardrobe for the thing, if I have to hire a stylist or makeup person, if there's choreography involved, I'd have to hire a choreographer. I have to pay for that. If I have to license it, and that's to create videos that I've already had the music for like stuff from Shine. If I have to record the track new as well, say for example the Lady Gaga thing or Crown of Many Crowns, that's an extra $1,500 to make the track the level it needs to be, too. So it adds up real fast. So the Shine videos right now are costing me on average about $2,500, I think. So my Patreon now at $3,200 and $2,000 is about 2 videos a month is about where it needs to be to break even, which is awesome there. To do new content, I'm not at that break even point yet. If I get up to the the 4,000, 4,500 video, then I'll be at the break even on average for the new content. But so some of those things I have to be creative. Like I don't have to necessarily always do fully produced videos. I can do something like there's a couple projects I have coming up. It might just be me and another singer or two at my piano, and that's our video, second video for the month or something. So you still get your first video that's produced, the second video done much, much cheaper, which would then help balance it. Because you know, for a while I'm set up coming off of Home Free, but down the road, I mean, I see Patreon being kind of my source of income. Like that's how I make a living. So I have to be very careful or cognizant, I should say, of how that's going to shape up as it goes on down the road. Like for Peter Hollins, that's his biggest thing. Like he sells a few MP3s here and there, a little bit of licensing stuff and ad revenue, but far and away his biggest source of income is Patreon. He's up at the $8,000 level, so he can spend $3,000 or $4,000 a video and still make a decent living doing what he's doing. Great, good for him. I hope to eventually get something like that as well for myself. You know, so I appreciate everything you guys do to help that happen, and I hope we continue to grow in that fashion. So that's a very long answer to your question about how the videos work. My next newsletter, whenever I do that in a month or something, I was going to break that down a little bit too, so you guys can see how the Patreon money kind of goes towards and what it's being used for. So, okay. Let's move on. Laura Schultz asks, what else besides videos you do to get your name out there? Not right now, nothing really. Like I do some Facebook advertising with my songs, but my focus is YouTube and sharing stuff on social media and having that spread my name, as well as continuing to provide awesome content to keep building the Patreon and making that valuable for everybody. Beyond that, no, I'm not at the point that I want to be showcasing and that sort of stuff and doing all the schmoozing. Eventually, it might be that way, but right now, this is what I want to focus on to build this up, to create something to be able to show in the first place. And that kind of leads into touring as well. Like, I don't see myself touring this year. I could see it next year after I've created some demand in what we're doing here. Yeah. There you go. And what does Luke do as my manager? For Home Free, he does a ton, just a ridiculous amount of stuff. For myself, not very much right now. I'm not touring, so that's a big part of what they do. But also, I'm just so focused on what I'm doing, I don't need to have the manager involved in what I'm doing very much and paying commission, that sort of stuff. So it's mostly all me right now. And I like that because this is kind of my whole endeavor. Yeah. Anyway. Susan asks, joined to meet me at the Home Free party. Will I do something like that for myself down the road? Yes, and I haven't done goals on Patreon because I don't know. I'm not crazy about milestone goals, and it's kind of weird because, like, I guess if I had a $5,000 milestone goal, like say you're a $10 patron, that's just what you are. Like you don't really do anything extra to get to that point. If it happens, it happens. So I don't feel it's this inclusive group activity. Like we were raising money for something, a specific target, or I don't know. I'm just not crazy about the milestone goals. But like I'd rather just give stuff just to give it if it makes sense. Like the Patreon party thing is awesome, and I would love to do that myself. I don't have enough people yet to make that worth it, but I mean, Home Free has almost 2,000 patrons, whereas I have 350. But I could see it happening maybe next year or something. If I get up to 500, 600, 700 patrons, it might make sense to do it. Hopefully, it's a good problem to have. Yee! And it was so fun at the party, right, guys? Yeah! And I would throw even better party because I'm awesome and stuff, right? Holla! Yeah. Okay. We enjoy saying one spot for now. Yeah, kind of answered that one already for Carrie Ann Smith. And Itchy Feet. Yes, I'm still traveling. I'm still doing projects. I was just in LA for 3 days. So more of that coming as well. Okay, moving on. Like halfway through these here. Tamara asks, if you could have a theme song, what would it be? I don't know. Let's go with Uptown Funk. I like me some Uptown Funk. I'll walk into the room with that. Non-musical influence in my life. That's an interesting question. I don't get that one very often. My roommate Allison just said I should use her, which is different than the other Allison that runs my stuff. But roommate Allison says she's the biggest non-musical influence in my life, so we're gonna go with that. You're a dork. All right. Favorite movie villain? I don't know. I should think of these ahead of time, huh? So I'm gonna go. Let's go with Jafar because I love Aladdin. So let's go with some Jafar action. And is there anything you would do differently, and what, if not too personal? I mean, I don't know. I like where it's gone. I could have. It's hard to say if I would do anything differently because this is the way this is played out. And I like where it's played out at. There are things I could have done differently. Like when I was back doing the video game stuff for Microsoft, I could have shaped all that differently and stayed in that world. And then Home Free would have never happened, and blah blah. So I mean, I could have had a very successful and somewhat lucrative life doing that. Would have been nice, but I really like what I'm doing here now too. So I don't know. I like where life just is. I'll take it. Mary asks, "What do you have to do to relax, take time for yourself? What do you do?" I mean, I work out. You guys know that already. I'm excited for the summer to be able to do a lot of summer activities. I do play some video games still, so I'll zone out for a few hours. But I like doing that, but I also feel a little like I'm wasting my time when I do that. I kind of afterwards like, I could have been doing something productive instead. But I still do that. It's nice. Yeah, that's pretty much that's the question. All right, Laura Schultz asks, talk more about the piano channel on Patreon. Okay, that's a good question. I'm still figuring this out. I've got some vague ideas, but I'll try to throw out to you guys, but I'm figuring it out. I see any future Patreon projects. I want you guys to support this channel. This is the main one. Other projects I may do, piano and other future things, I want those to try to find new fan bases and have that support the Patreons for that. So, for example, the piano one, like if you guys want to support the piano Patreon, I think that's really wonderful. But I would say do it for $1. Just get the videos and stuff, and keep supporting this Patreon more. Once I launch the new Patreon, it'll help because like Patreon gives a bonus for any people sign up. So if I can get 200 people to sign up at even the $1 level, I get a big bonus. Yay! But so don't worry about that. Don't worry about, I got to support everything he does. You don't have to. Keep your support on this one. That being said, I'm leaning towards the piano one to be a monthly subscription. And I just don't know how this is going to play out yet. But I'd like to have something where I do a video every week. And so there's 4 or 5 a month. And there's just always something coming up. And as a monthly subscriber, you just be charged you $1 or $5 or $10 a month, and you just get all the perks at that level and don't have to worry about it. Because I don't know people cap after one video, and also since I'm doing like 4 or 5 videos a month, I don't want people to be 1, 2, 3 capping at 3, capping at 4. I just want it to be a monthly thing. Yeah, so that's the plan for that. I'm still figuring out what the various perks would be. I'm not used to having free time yet. So like I want to do a lot of things for the piano channel. And part of me says, oh gosh, I don't have time to do that. But then I realize, oh yeah, I'm not touring with Home Free now. I do have time to do that. So I have to get used to that. So that'll be coming. There'll be fun things like sheet music and like how-to videos for what the piano does, the songs that I play. So yeah, I developed that. It's going to be developing now over the next 2-3 weeks. So June, either top of June or midway through June or whatever, that launches, and all the fun piano things start playing out. Like this. Yeah, just making stuff up. Okay, anyway. We now return to our regularly scheduled programming. I think I answered everything from that question. All right, Jeanette Sella asks, what direction do I see my music going style-wise? I have no idea. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. If I want to do a country song, I'll twang it all up and do a country song. If I want to do a pop song, I will do a pop song. I mean, whatever. Like there's one thing I'm thinking of doing actually. I don't know how to explain it. Like taking some old art songs and redoing them in modern style, just to do them. Be kind of fun. Piano, same thing. I'll play our I'll play like that. But then I'll also play. Gosh, I don't know. See you driving around town with the girl I love. It's whatever I want to do, whatever strikes my fancy. Doing as many songs as I'm going to be doing in the channel, like once a week, that's like 52 songs a year. So I'll be able to do whatever I want to do. And if you didn't like one week, great, get the one the next week. All good. Okay. Would I consider arranging a song a fan suggested from Sherry? Maybe. Like, I don't know. I've got so many things that I want to do already. I'm not really looking for that per se. However, some of the Patreon levels for the piano especially will be that sort of stuff. Like the GoFundMe already is set up. Whereas, at a high enough level, if you want to request me to do your favorite song, I'll just do that song and we'll put it up on the thing. Okay. Gary asked, what are the best things we can do as fans to be assistants to what's going on in my life and stuff? It's spreading the word. That's really what it is. It's sharing, tweeting out my stuff, sharing it on Facebook, telling friends and family about this cool guy that you like, that you support on Patreon. Encouraging people to Patreon is the number one thing. Absolutely the number one thing. Because all the projects I want to do, they take a lot of money. They really do. And yeah. So thank you for that question, though. Rachel Dunn asks, were any of the band names Good Old Country Harmony actually ideas you had? Nope. 5th Gen came up with all those, which is pretty funny. I'm impressed with how it turned out. Gloria, what qualities do you think a person needs to have to be a good songwriter, especially writing good lyrics? I don't know. Creativeness, but it's obvious. For me, song lyrics, and even then, I only consider myself an average lyric writer. I can do some things, like Moving On, I wrote the lyrics to that, but I also really like when I collabed with Darren Scruggs on a lot of Shine, because he's, in many ways, even a better lyricist than I am. So he took different word twists that I wouldn't have thought of to put the songs together. So some of that is just, for songwriting in general, is respecting where your strengths are and working on that. Not to say that I don't like doing lyrics, because I do doing some myself. If I have a really passionate idea or theme I want to get across, then I'd like to do lyrics myself to do that. But it's also nice working with people that have different ideas. But so thinking outside the box a little bit, there's so many lyric schemes that have been done so many million times. Like, one of the things I hate is rhyming dance with chance and romance. Those 3 words, because they get all the time, like, take a chance with me, let's take it and have a dance, and we'll make some romance. That's been used way too often. So if you want to use those words, even, you got to find a new way to do it. You got to find a different word to rhyme them with. You got to put them in a different phrasing in the song, so that's not what you expect as a listener. That can help do it too. Put the whole thing in some kind of different context. That can help. That's the kind of stuff that I like to avoid. The obvious rhyme schemes. Come up with something different. Anyway, too many words of wisdom about a solo career. No. Heck, Tim quit his solo career, so that probably wouldn't work so well. To have a cat? Former roommate of mine used to have 2 cats, but they do not anymore. She moved out, and that's wonderful, because I'm not I don't mind cats. I don't like living with cats. Susan asks, when I write lyrics, what's first, the music, or write a song, what's first, the music or the lyrics? There isn't a real chicken or egg on that kind of thing. Sometimes I write the lyrics. No, I don't ever write just the lyrics first. No, I take that back. For First Dance, I did write the lyrics first, kind of as a poem, and then I kind of put to music. But I had a rough idea what the music might sound like. Oftentimes I'll write, like, Moving On was just me doing this. And just coming up with that theme. And then I think I wrote the chorus. Like, I had this, I'm moving on to a road less traveled. And so I was hearing that, the moving on theme as I was writing that music. But then I had to come up with a melody for the verse. So like in that case, I'd probably write the chord pattern first. So I think I did this. They were sitting at a piano doing this. And I wrote that out, and then I try to find lyrics to fit that. So there isn't one way to do it. I've done it every single way, and I will continue to do it every way. Judy, thanks for just being here. Great. Okay. Okay, there's still a bunch. All right. Lemmy asks. Here's some questions. Song you ever want to do your own cover of it? Probably, but I'll be doing them moving forward. So there you go. Can you imagine doing a soundtrack one day? I could. I don't see that as one of my things. I would see writing a musical before I did a soundtrack. I think I could be good at writing a musical. Again, project down the road, maybe 5-10 years from now, I'll write a musical. But I could. I would enjoy that. What would you say to if Alan Menken invite me to write a new Disney soundtrack? Yeah, holy shit. Yes, please. Where do I go? That would be cool. That would be really cool. Kind of same thing of writing a musical. If I had possibly learn a new instrument, what would it be? It's going to be drums. And I think I will at some point. Again, I can't afford it right now, but I'll buy my own little drum set here. And I'm just going to start playing, because if you noticed on the Shine video, the only guy that didn't get a close-up was the drummer, because drummer Chris isn't very good. He can fake it, but he's not very good. So drummer Chris needs to get better. So we need to buy a drum set for Chris so that he can practice and learn how to do drums. So that's what I'm going to learn down the road. Is there a place in the world I want to visit one day? Probably Rome. I really love the Renaissance history, and I want to see that. Yeah. Put a lot of stuff in Europe I'd love to see. I mean, hell, everywhere. I'll get a lot of places still. I've seen a lot of stuff in the U.S., and there's still more stuff to see as much as I've traveled around the U.S. All right. Carrie, what do you like most or least about yourself? I'm sure that answer would change depending on what day you asked me. I love my dedication and work ethic, I guess. I love how productive I can be. That's one of the big things that's helped me with Home Free and will help me with my new career moving forward is I will just outwork whoever when it's something that I'm passionate about. This leads into a different thing, I guess. Deke Sharon, big acapella guy, he's sing off Pitch Perfect and all that. He worked at Home Free a bunch. He just did an article on his own blog a little while ago talking about people ask him, you know, what does it take? Well, how can I break into the music industry? And he tells them, you're not going to. You know, because it's hard, and you know, because it's some people are going to outwork you, blah blah. But the reason being that if you're asking that question in the first place, you're not passionate enough to do it because of how hard it is. And what he means by that is the person that can't stop listening to music all the time in the background, the person who will spend all night rewriting a song or whatever for no reason other than just want to do it. That's the level of insane dedication you need to music. You have to want to do it so badly that you can't imagine your life without it. And so if you're asking the question of how do I break into it as something I'm interested in doing, that's not a good question to ask because you're already not passionate enough to do it. You have to be, the more question needs to be, I'm going to do this. Is there anything you can do to help me get to the next step? If that makes sense. That's the just approach it needs to be. And so I like that I have that in many ways, where I have spent all-nighters recording songs for myself that would never see the light of day, that aren't that even that good. But it's part of the learning process and developing. And I'll just do it because I get into it. I'm passionate about it, right? I can't listen to music in the same way as normal people do because I'm analyzing it the whole time to figure out what they're doing and how they do it. My mind just doesn't shut off that way. I can't sleep to music, you know, unless I'm incredibly exhausted because my mind won't stop analyzing what's happening. So I can't actually rest and go to sleep. So I like that I feel like I have a lot of those characteristics and tendencies. What I don't like about myself, maybe like as much as I like kind of how my personality is, I'm kind of a dork and kind of goofy. I sometimes wish I was graceful or smooth, like in music videos or whatever. I can see that because um, you watch someone like Bruno Mars or something dancing around, and you're like, dang, he got moves. He is a smooth cat. It's like kind of like a gangly dork sometimes, which people like. I think all you guys like that I'm kind of a dork, which is cool. But it'd be nice to be that too. So go with that, sure. And they both affect my career and success. I mean, I think it's kind of self-evident as to why both those things, we pros or cons. Melanie, are you considering putting Patreon goals in place? Yeah, we already talked about that. I don't know. I should. I'll think about it. I'll talk to my team. We'll get back to you on that. Lisa and Jasmine Hardison. Oh yeah, the Bruno Mars question. I saw this one. Yes, you can absolutely give me the sweet hookup with Bruno Mars. If you're gonna party with Bruno Mars, you let me know. I'll fly out to Hawaii and we'll do that because that's really awesome. So yeah, on my bucket list. You let me know. Sherry asked if anything to do a lot of time off music. We kind of already answered that question. Boxers or briefs? All right, usually boxers. Kind of a weird question. All right, Debbie asks. Anyone ask a question? What the hell? What? During the 10 years that we were trying to get Home Free going, did anybody, parents, or tell us that we should give up on the dream? I think I should support my own daughter, but I don't know if I can hold out that long and still be supportive. Curious. It's a good question. There were a lot of people around us that probably did in one way, shape, or form. And there was one guy, his name was Joe Fine. He sang bass with us on that very first album from the top, the orange one. And he spent, I don't know, 3 or 4 years with Home Free. And one of the reasons he eventually left was that he wanted to do something else with his life because he didn't think Home Free was ever going to go anywhere, that kind of thing. And there were people that kind of questioned what we're doing. And I guess it was a fun hobby on the side. Like Adam and I both were we had careers of a sort. Like I was teaching piano full time while I was doing Home Free. So it wasn't like I was risking everything to do it. It was hard time wise, and the money thing was a bit of a concern, but that probably made it easier for everyone to support us to the point that once we were able to go full time, it made sense to quit all the day jobs. And they could see the potential too. They could see how much fun we had with it and how much the audiences loved what we were doing. So it was just a matter of time before that finally got to the point of a tipping point. Because even before the sing-off, we were doing really well. We really were. For an a cappella group, we were killing it. We were one of the most, financially successful groups in the country, I would say, for a cappella, because we were full-time making a good living at doing it. As for your daughter, plan a way to make it work. 10 years is a long time for it to come to fruition. Very true. But if there's a plan within that, like for example, my plan was teaching piano at the same time. So I had that plan along with this plan for Home Free. So if your daughter can do something like that, if she's an instrumentalist, something, and if she is able to set up a good teaching career and still able to pursue her dream, then there you go. Now you made it work. And that's some of that dedication too, to I said a little bit earlier about wanting music more than anything else. You'll find a way to make it work, whatever you got to do. So if she's got that mindset, if she just wants to do music or art or whatever, it's like, 'cause it's fun and I think I'd like to do that stuff, that's not a good enough reason. You got to love it. You got to want it, and you'll make it work. So if she's at that level of dedication where she has to do this, then you should support her for sure. Okay, anyway. Jesse Trott, if you go back to 2000, you're starting Home Free, what advice you give yourself now that you've seen the success and fame both yourself and the group have? I don't know, advice. We did all that stuff. Stick with it, but we did that. There's so many things I would tell that person about just how to do it right. Lessons you've learned in performance and management and promotion, all that stuff. But you just have to learn those things. do it. You know, the only thing I would say, I guess, is just tell that person that it's going to work. Just they know it's going to work. Would be cool. Started my solo career earlier and then gone to the group, kind of like Tim did it. No, I would do it all the same. I would never have had the opportunity to do this solo thing if Home Free hadn't had the success that it's had. And like right now is the probably earliest time I could even do that. Even 2 years ago, this would have been a very bad idea. And, you know, and some people still think this is a bad idea. But at this point, I have enough of a social media following, and Home Free is big enough to help support me for a while too, that it's the first time it would ever make sense for me for what I'm doing. Because I feel like I've got a lot of cool stuff that I can offer, and I can do this, but I don't have enough of an obvious, like, holy crap, this person should be solo about me, that it'd be worth making that jump, that leap, if that makes sense. You know, even I think Tim has a little bit more. He doesn't have enough of a drive to maybe do that. He likes to just kind of, you know, exist. But, you know, he's, you know, a pretty man, and he's got that sexy bass voice. I mean, you hear him and say, yeah, I could see that being solo. So this is the first time I'm able to do this. I wouldn't change anything in the past about the timings and stuff. Long answer. Hardest thing moving on from Home Free, it's the fear of the unknown. You know, it's leaving something that was successful, that was going to continue to be successful, and more so, to go off and do my own things. That's the biggest thing that I'm scared about, the hardest thing. More collabs with Home Free. Yes, that will be a Christmas track with me on my Christmas EP. After that, I don't know. There's a possibility I could open for a few shows in the Christmas tour. And then next year, I don't know. We'll see. Rupp Family Project is still on the cards. I kind of have to get Adam to do it. He kind of said okay, but yeah, my mom and Tristan are up for it, so it'd be fun to do a track like that. That could be another you know, cheaper Patreon video if we just set up and do a little live performance thing and record that. That could be the video. So that's the kind of stuff that I have to think about for moving forward to make the numbers make sense. Michelle Best. Cool. All right. Hey, we're almost to the top. And Carrie asks, do I like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Sure. Favorite scene? I mean, I'm doing the Gene Wilder version. My favorite scene is probably when they step into the candy room. That was a cool scene. And they open the door and they'll come through, and it just opens up into amazingness. Where will I be performing next? I don't know. I don't really have anything for myself that's on the books or performing next. I have a lot of plans and ideas, but they're nothing set like that. So we'll see down the road. Okay, cool. Yay, I got through them all. Woo! It's a long thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was kind of fun. I was going to give you guys a song. What should I actually, what should I sing? I could do, I had some ideas before. I was going to play something like guitar. Or should I do the piano here? I had the piano in front of me. The guitar is nice over there too. Oh yeah, I'll do the, I could do that. Ooh. All right, let me try to sing. I'll sing through best I can, so just release that. I still got to do the Facebook Live for best I can. I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah. All right, see if we can remember how this goes now. This is like. Words are falling, the glass they have broken over you, lying in between. Disappointments, many things I'd hoped for. It's painful now to watch it as we bleed. And all I had was your love, and that was good enough. And all I wanted was your arms to lift me high. And all I need is you to hold my hand while I'm doing the best I can. I have stumbled, mistakes have left us crumbling, falling from each other piece by piece. You've shown me to stand my ground when I believe, and I believe that you've got to see. 'Cause all I had was your love, and that was good enough. And all I wanted was your arms to lift me high. And all I need is you to hold my hand while I'm doing the best I can. I remember looking up and waiting for your smile, tugging at your arms to ask you if you'd stay a while. Times have changed and we said things that we both regret. I don't want to let go of you yet. 'Cause all I had was your love, and that was good enough. And all I wanted was your arms to lift me high. And all I need is you to hold my hand while I'm doing the best I can. Oh, while I'm doing the best I can. Hey. Thanks, guys. Hope you liked that. That was a little tough. I haven't warmed up and I haven't slept all day, so I know it's a little tricky, but all good. Hope you guys had fun. Thanks for the chat, guys. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon, and there's, as usual, so many more fun things I'm going to be telling you about and showing you about very soon. So hope you enjoyed yourself. I did. We'll see you guys later. Bye.